Air pollution is one of the biggest problems of the world right now. I remember when I was in India, asthma, sinus, breathing problems, runny watery eyes had become a way of life. But ever since we have moved to Norway, we have realized that it has been a dramatic turn of events. The air quality has improved, oxygen levels seem higher, the air is somehow very clean, very pure, and the entire air seems so much more pure than we have ever experienced in an entire life. As we know that emission from vehicles is one of the leading causes for air pollution across the globe. At the same time, when we were walking across the streets of Oslo, we were pretty surprised to find that electrical vehicles are everywhere in Oslo. So if you put your sense to it, if you put your thought to it, you realize that definitely it makes sense because they are environment friendly, they emanate less noise, less smoke, and they run on clean energy. So we thought it's a brilliant idea to address. It's a brilliant topic to talk about and speak about that why Norway has been successful in adopting electrical vehicles as compared to the rest of the globe. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to my channel. This is Priyanka. Namaste, Vanakkam, Adab, Hola, Bonjour, hi to each and every one of you from each and every part of the world. Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any suggestions or comments, do feel free to leave them below. And today I'm going to talk about electrical cars in Norway and what makes Norway the Tesla capital of the world.
Want me do my two-step. Me do my two-step.
Let's talk about some statistics. In 2011, 1.4% of vehicles that were bought in Norway were battery-operated electrical vehicles. This percentage spiked up to 54.3% in 2020, which means more than half of the cars that were bought in Norway were electrical vehicles. Norway is world's largest per capita market for electrical vehicles. The electrical vehicle sales crossed 100,000 in 2018, giving Norway the highest per capita ownership in the world. Tesla is the most popular car maker or car seller in Norway since 2017, and that's why Norway is often called Tesla capital of the world. Norway is leading the world and showing the rest of the globe way forward in terms of EV adoption. Why has Norway been successful? The Norwegian state has always prioritized and has been passionate about issues of climate change and has always worked towards reducing its carbon footprint. 98% of Norway's power is generated through hydroelectric power plants, which is mainly dams. This sounds contradictory, but Norway is one of the leading producers of oil and gas in the world. Despite that, however, Norway exports most of its oil and gas to supply the energy needs of the developing nations. 4 out of 10 biggest companies in Norway belong to oil and gas sector. Despite that, it has not prevented Norway from adopting non-oil based automobiles. The long-term vision of the government is that by 2025, 100% of the vehicles sold per year are battery operated electrical vehicles, BEV. Norway is working towards becoming carbon neutral renewable energy country by 2040 in terms of consumption. The Norwegian government has offered a lot of attractive benefits and incentives for the public, which has made it financially feasible for public to buy these electrical vehicles. So let's talk about these incentives and see what all benefits can the public reap. Before talking about the incentives, I want to tell you something on a side note, that is petrol, diesel and gas cars are heavily taxed in Norway. So keep that in mind. Now let's talk about the incentives that you can gain if you own an electrical car in Norway. Number 1, no registration fees. Number 2, no sales tax. Number 3, the government has waived off import duties for electrical cars. Number 4, exemption from VAT, that is 25% exemption from VAT. Number 5, access to bus lanes. Number 6, toll free, which is bompenger, which is there are heavy tolls in Norway if you own a petrol gas car, but for electrical vehicles it's toll free. Number 7, tax deduction or your income tax. Number 8, free charging at public parking. Number 9, low insurance costs. And number 10, discounted ferry charges. Last but not the least, the most important facility is good infrastructure. Oslo municipality itself has more than 2,000 charging stations.
On this point, I would like to add that lack of charging stations is one of the biggest bottlenecks that most countries face in terms of EV adoption.
After hearing all these incentives, let's talk about why does Norway love Tesla so much? Well, as you know, I've already talked about this thing that Norway is Tesla capital of the world. However, this was not how it was since the beginning. Before Tesla came to Norway, there have been old players like Volkswagen and Audi in the market. They have been longer, but ever since Tesla entered the market, it made electrical vehicles mainstream and it set new benchmarks for electrical vehicles. Tesla proved that electrical vehicles can be badass and sporty. Too much of sun, wear them back. Yes. So where was I? I said that ever since Tesla entered the market, it proved that electrical vehicles can be badass and sporty. The look, design and performance was a game changer in electrical vehicles market. Tesla has about 31% of market share in Norway at present. It has 3 models in Norway at present. The best-selling one is Model 3, which is the base model. There are 2 more models, higher end ones. There are Model S and Model X. And there's another one coming by the year end, that is Model Y. And thing to be noted out here is that if you add the initials of all the model, that is Model 3, Model S, Model X and the upcoming Model Y, it adds up to sexy. So I like the wordplay Elon Musk has done here. Wink, wink. Tesla Model 3, which is the best-selling version of Tesla electrical vehicle, the base price for this model begins at 400,000 NOK. The 2 higher-end versions, Model S and Model X, both of them are around a million NOK. And the upcoming version, which is Model Y, that is going to be launched later this year, is priced around 530,000 NOK. Even though the price point might seem ordinary to people living in US, Canada and other developed countries, but it should be looked in the context that the cars in Norway are very highly taxed, especially government taxes non-electrical vehicles a lot. The best way to assess how comparatively cheaper it is to buy a Tesla in Norway is by comparing it with a vehicle with same features in non-EV category. For example, BMW 3 Series Hybrid, it will cost you 580,000 NOK. And if you compare it with a Tesla Model 3, which is the best-selling one, it is around 30 to 40% more expensive. Time to talk about Tesla's competition. Audi e-tron outsold Tesla 3 model in 2020, but the factors to be taken into consideration is that there were constraints in supply of Model S, 3 and X in 2020 due to pandemic and heavily hit automobile industry. A word of caution if you're planning to buy Tesla though is that Tesla does have dealership stores in Norway. It doesn't really have any warehouses as such. So in case of any damage, spare parts are imported, which can take long waiting time and even months. So in case of any damage or accident, you will have to wait. So try not getting your Tesla hit in Norway. Electrical vehicles don't perform well in cold climates. Norway has debunked this myth and has led the world of innovation and has shown the world how the future is electric. Teslas are everywhere here in Norway and are leveling up the innovation game and automobile industry. Norway is easily 5 to 10 years ahead of the world in terms of EV adoption, but slowly and steadily the incentives provided by the government are being phased out. But nonetheless, the fact remains that EVs are getting cheaper and better in long term as due to the prices of batteries being reduced and technology constantly improving. So Norway's love affair with Tesla and electrical cars continues. I hope you guys enjoyed my content. It was fun, informative and fascinating because I had a great time making this video for you guys. If you like and enjoy my content, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any suggestions or comments, leave them below. And until my next video, this is Priyanka signing off. Bye bye.